boys and girls. Today we're beginning a new module about collecting and displaying data or data, however you want to say it. On Friday, I had you fill in a poll of your favorite colors, and this is the information here. What I'm going to do is have you answer some questions about this information. Next, what we're going to do is we are going to look at this chart, and what it is here is instead of having tallies to display our data, this is a picture graph. Now, I didn't use a heart. I didn't really have a heart, so I just used circles. But each circle in this case represents one student. So if we had 2 voting for green, we had 2 here, 1, and 5 and 10. Look at how many blues, and with just 1 orange. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make another picture graph. But in this case, look at the key. So in this case, I'm going to use circles. It's just easier for me on the computer to do it that way, to represent each student. But I have to be careful because each circle that I create is going to represent 2 students. So if I look at my information above from before, green had 2. So in this case, I'm going to make green circles to represent how many? And I will just have 1 since that means 2. Now, in this case, yellow, we only had 1 student, and we have 2, each circle would represent 2 students. So I'm going to create my circle, and I'm going to make it a half circle. So if I follow my key, I know that half of 2 is 1. You could even close off the circle if you wanted to. And then I have my red, and for red, we had 5. So that means I'm going to put, that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is too many. So I'm simply going to make this into a half circle. I'm just using white and scribbling on top of it to make it into a half circle. And then if you want, of course, we can just close that with a line right there. Now for blue, we had a total of 10. So 10 divided by 2 would be how many circles? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in orange, we had just 1 vote for orange. So again, I'm just going to use my drawing tool. I'm going to cut this in half. And so I know that it's not 2, it's just going to be 1. Okay? So it's very important that when you are doing things like this, that we follow the key. So now we can look at our graph to answer the following questions. How many students does this many hearts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, represent? Well, I can do this by counting by 2s to make it easier for myself. So in actuality, it's actually 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. To make a number sentence, well, I think I'll do this. Since I know that there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I could do 7 times 2 equals 14. And then I could just fill in that 7 hearts equals 15 students. How many more hearts did you draw for the color of students that had the most than for the least? So I would look at the chart and make a number sentence. The most in this case now is 5. The least, I could just choose any one of these, is half, right? So I would just create a number sentence, or let's say I have 5 was the most minus 1/2, and the difference between 5 and 1/2 is 4.5, because it's only 1/2 difference. And then I could just, and then write a numbered sentence to show the difference between the number of votes for the color the students chose the most and the students that chose the least. How many more hearts did you draw? The number sentence. Okay, that's good enough for that one. Okay, and that's it.